Café Anyway. Hello there. Hey.
It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's right. On key it is, episode 2779, 2779, and the show called
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Here in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth here in Ameritopica. People are here and they are having fun at the restaurant where we serve nothing except happiness and joy and things that come in wrapping like sandwiches,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
and root beer and other fun stuff. Okay, that's the beginning song
Mike's
of the show
Daily
called Mike's Daily Podcast. Somewhere in Podcastro Valley.
Yeah!
And we're hoping Comcast keeps the cable on. Wait, I don't have to worry about that anymore because we have AT&T. Oh, but my job has Comcast, so there's going to be problems there because Comcast has decided to do these outages all over the place these days. They're worse than PG&E. Oh, but we're improving everything. It sounds really good what we're doing. It's going to look good and all your gamers are going to love it. Thank you. I look forward to that and to what we call in my business dead air. So on a podcast, we do a little bit of, I guess, kind of a radio thing. Yeah, it is a radio thing-ish where we discuss stuff and there's an occasional sound effect here and there. So I hope you enjoy this because we're going to have sound effects throughout the show. Unlike some podcasts where it's just a couple of guys on a Zoom call. When did Zoom calls become podcasting? People just post the Zoom call, the Zoom meetings, because it's so easy. Zoom loves it. They get all these people buying their product or using it for free, but then you can't go past 45 minutes. And they will shorten that and make it more difficult for people to do for free. So,
and here's today's podcast picture.
The other day, somebody texted to the Mike's Daily Podcast Café Anyway line, which is at 510-228-4640. They simply texted gray ? And I'm wondering if they are referring to me because I am gray. I've been gray for a while, but like they're surprised. What? Where have you been? So there's a picture of me and my gray beard and me looking all radio-y. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com. The late great Basil the Boxer. He had a great voice for radio. That's right. And a great look for radio. Because nowadays, as far as a voice for podcasting, when you listen to podcasters, most of them sound really narrow. Like that. Hey, it's great to be on the show. Instead of having a big... Oh, yeah, and there's a lot of echo, too, usually.
The cutting corners corner.
The cutting corners
Where's
corner.
my echo button? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So this is most podcasters. They have so much echo when they talk. It sounds like they're in a bathroom, a very large bathroom. Maybe this is more of a shower. Welcome to the shower at Café Anyway, which we really shouldn't have a shower. Why do we need a shower at a restaurant? That makes no sense. So we just got rid of the shower, everybody. I guess if you were like working 24 hours and you couldn't go home, maybe a shower would be helpful. I don't know if that's the way of the future, if that's going to be a thing that's going to happen at businesses. I know some businesses that have showers. I remember a radio station in Alabama that I worked for that had a shower. I never used it, but it was there in case we got hit by a bunch of tornadoes and we needed someone to stick around and be at the station, be the sole survivor, whatever they call that, the person that's there no matter what happens. They're the one to tell the story, to be the last one left. So we were talking about Gen Xers on the last podcast and about how Gen X women like to shop on Amazon. Well, millennials, they are signing prenups more than ever. That's something Gen Xers just...
Mike's Matthewsman Park.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
It's love. Love goes up, love goes down like a roller coaster. And it's a roller coaster of love, actually. And Gen Xers just didn't get their heads around that, generally, till it was too late, till they'd been divorced a couple times and lost a lot of money. Maybe I should get a prenup. Well, millennials have learned from our mistakes. U.S. women's marriage and divorce rates declined, actually, from 2011 to 2021. Most women getting married now are millennials. Millennials are marrying later and are more likely to get a prenup than their parents' generation. Prenups are typically thought of as legal agreements for the wealthy, but today more Americans, especially millennials, are getting prenups. Maybe because they saw their Gen X parents or boomer parents get into so much debt and trouble, and women millennials have experienced equalization of the workforce and are more financially independent than prior generations. Marrying later in life causes them to accumulate more assets before marriage, before tying the knot, getting the rings, prompting them to protect their material achievements more. Student debt is another mounting change. One party may have hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt, and the other person's like, I don't want that debt. No debt. No. Divorce is also far more widely accepted now.
The Daily Haley. The almost Daily Haley.
No more Daily Haley. No more Nikki Haley. Yeah, so divorce is more widely accepted now than it was 50 or 60 years ago. So there's that probability of it happening. There's also a lack of education regarding the legal consequences of divorce. Most people don't know how spousal support or equitable distribution is determined. As we go outside a Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth here in Ameritopica. Yes, so you can find out more at prenup.com. That was on Shark Tank. HelloPrenup.com. That's where we are, Café Anyway. But HelloPrenup.com is actually the website. It's a service that can help at $600 per prenup. And that is better than a lawyer, because a lawyer will cost $5,000 to $10,000 to write that prenup. Overdue bills. They are mounting for Americans. They are due. American spending boosted the overall economy at the end of last year, but many people are struggling to pay off those purchases. The level of credit card and auto loan debt is at least 30 days, and it's 30 days.
Mike's out of left field recordings.
Recording everything captures actions that will never again be repeated.
This is the recording of someone realizing that they have had debt that is at least 30 days past due.
Hey, kids.
Oh my gosh.
It's me.
No.
Do-re-mi the clown.
They were more internalizing that person. My recording of that person. But the level of credit card and auto loan debt has ticked up again this quarter as opposed to the last one. Total household debt climbed by $212 billion.
A fine article.
You silly, great, fat article.
Overall delinquency rates remain below pandemic levels, though. So there's that. That's good. Roughly 8.
And now we return you to our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
Thank you. A little over 8% of outstanding credit card debt is at least a month overdue, which is slightly higher than normal. Millennial borrowers, those they say ages 30 to 39, they're falling behind on their payments at much faster rates than other generations, and that could be due to higher student loan balances. When it comes to auto loans, about 7% of outstanding debt was 30 days past due last quarter, so that'd be the final quarter of 2023, the fall quarter, as we say. So that is above average. All that from Rob Black. I produce his podcast, and he is on the radio on AM 1220 KDOW in the 6 o'clock hour and the 8 o'clock hour talking about money. And then he is also on television on Kron in the 9 o'clock hour. That is Monday through Thursday on television, Monday through Friday on radio. Magnifying the message out to everyone that not hot sausage, not hot dogs, and not sausages are coming soon. Oscar Mayer hot dogs, sausages, they are the latest foods as plant-based meat alternatives. The Knot Company, which is a Jeff Bezos-backed food tech startup, it makes products like not chicken, not milk, and not mayo. Wasn't it the wonderful...
Ginormous.
Wayne's World that we were talking. Actually, you heard me from 30 years ago talking about Wayne's World. Yeah, in the early 90s, talking about Wayne's World, and everybody was saying not. That was annoying, wasn't it? And we still do it. People still do it that lived through that. The younger folk don't even understand what that is, but yes. So the word not, and apparently Jeff Bezos likes it because there he's using it. But how about these plant-based alternatives? I hear the Beyond Meat has lost a lot of money. Their share has lost a lot of money anyway, the shares of Beyond Meat. So is it something that's going to increase? Is it going to be moving along? Oh, somebody else bought something other than Oscar Mayer. Bought into the plant-based meat alternative.
The Marco Minute. The Marco Minute.
Maybe it was someone named Marco bought into the plant-based meat alternative. It is, some of it's amazing, the hamburgers. I guess if you're really wanting to see, right now, a lot of commentators on this, they don't see it because they're not out there grilling. They're not out there barbecuing. Magnification. And when they're out there and they want to smell the smoke from the coals or from the propane, they're going to want to cook something. And there's only so many squash, zucchini you can cook on a grill or bell peppers until you want to throw on there some chicken or hamburgers or tri-tip or steaks or whatever cut of meat you can think of. And then you've got your friends that are vegetarian leaning. Oh, I'm not going to eat meat. So see, that's where it's not going to go away anytime soon. Is my opinion on that. The way I'm seeing it now. And my dog loved hot dogs.
Of dog.
Yes, that's him saying how much he loved hot dogs. Oh, and he loved it when I cooked salmon. He would bite the air, the smoke coming out from the grill. He would bite it. Also, when I did tri-tip, he would just bite the air like, oh, that tastes good. Credit scores, I missed an S. They decreased for the first time in a decade because borrowers are falling behind on payments. The national average credit score fell.
The Fascinating Material Project. The FM Project.
And the average credit card utilization was 35%, up from 33% a year earlier. And the share of borrowers with a 30-day past due missed payment against their credit account was also higher. So the credit score is decreasing, and Costco will begin restricting access to its food court. I was just at Costco on Friday. For those without a Costco membership, getting your hands on the $1.50 hot dog, still $1.50. And from what I can tell, it hasn't changed in size, and the amount of soda you get still hasn't changed.
Woo!
I know, happy news there.
Magnification.
That combo that you get of soda and hot dog, that hasn't changed. But it's going to be difficult in the weeks to come for those who are not Costco members. Outside of Café Anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley, the last place on earth, look who's here. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the rodeo queen. How y'all doing, baby? Horse did it? It's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what. What? How dare you take away my hot dogs and my free drink? Because I love that when I go to Costco. And then sometimes when no one's looking, I reach behind the counter there and I grab me an extra straw. Wow. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to find straws. They hide them in these little cup dispenser things. But yeah, everyone hates...
We love you, Mike.
Oh, they love me. But everyone hates paper straws. Even my German relatives. Yes, Anki, who you hear at the beginning of every podcast, her and her boyfriend were visiting. We stopped and visited an In-N-Out Burger, and they gave us a paper straw, and they're like, oh, you have these here too? That was an awful German accent. Oh, you have these here? Now I'm sounding like Arnold. Anyway, imagine a German accent, and they were saying, and they don't have that much of an accent. I'm over-exaggerating there. But they were just, why paper? They just dissolve. It makes no sense. Whoever is the maker of this paper straw is laughing all the way to the bank. Yet 90% of Americans, from what I can see, with my unofficial study,
you will travel into the incredible universe.
hate paper straws. Look who else is here. Hello, oh, thank you, Brewmaster. And I drank it right out of the mug. I didn't even use that paper straw you put in there. What's that root beer made out of? Paper straws. Oh. Woo! Disgusting. Drink it right now, okay? I'm the Brewmaster. Wow. You okay? Wow. It's like he's turning into a chicken. Interesting. Okay. Thank you for joining me for that amazing podcast. And if you would like to call in and tell me anything, hey, oh, Mike, you look great. Oh, hey, Mike, that was fascinating stuff, Mike. How do I get to Café Anyway? All these other questions, they can be asked of me because I am here. I'm the... Oh, that was what was in the root beer. The Brewmaster wouldn't tell me. He's oh so violent. It's kind of scary. Maybe because we took the showers out. But with more ways to reach me, here's A-Frame. Oh, but first the phone number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!